Scorpio, welcome to Illuminated Tarot. My name is Jenna. Today I'm here to do a reading for you for September. We're going to take a look at your overall general energy, what you may not see coming, and get some important advice from Spirit. I hope you all are having a wonderful September month. I'm reading on a Friday before the weekend. I hope you have a wonderful weekend ahead if you're watching this ahead of time. And I hope that this message is of service to you. Thank you for being here with me. Let's see what's going on. Let's call Spirit in. Thank you, Spirit, for presiding over this reading for Scorpios today. There's a nice calmness before this Piscean blood moon. You know, for all their intensity, these astrological impacts, I think, especially when it comes to these deep, watery moons, you're right at home, aren't you? You're right at home. You are right at home, especially in a water sign. So I'm getting like this, going with the flow of life, Scorpio, especially right now as you enter into the month of September. You know, you're like, I am a creature of change. So, yeah, I don't know many Scorpios who aren't adept at shifting, right, with the tides. Let's go into the current crossing. Wow. Okay, we're just going to see what has... We had 4 cards come out, so I'm already getting a message there with you are rebuilding something in your life. 4 is our structures. So you could be building more structure around your day-to-day. Let's see what's at the bottom. Ooh, Hierophant. Wow. That's some pretty intense energy there. Opening up, Scorpio. That has a lot to do with what you believe in, what you commit to. Could be traditions. Commitment could be on your mind. What's crossing you? Ooh, Queen of Pentacles, rooting in your values. I like this. No wonder I felt this really grounded energy. Like, just ride with it, go with it. Queen of Pentacles, I'm getting a strong sense of presence. That you really value being more present, and the kind of peace that that kind of energy can bring you. I'm going to go from the bottom here. Ace of Swords. That's a new truth. Maybe this could be a new way of life, a new perspective, or it could be you in a really deep, everyone's been showing up with this Hierophant energy. We're being tested around what we believe, how we perceive our lives, how we want to live. Kind of like a restructuring of identity, of roles. Could be applying pressure on ourselves to expand in some way. For you, it looks like you may have a new idea or a new truth that you're embodying in September. I'm getting it's a new way of being. It's that big. It feels that way, Scorpio, at least what I'm intuiting. Ooh, your opportunity is the Knight of Cups. I like that. Being open and receptive to whatever love wants to come your way in all its various forms. I'm getting it in all of its forms, from people, from spirit, from Mother Nature, Pachamama, because we have you in a very grounded, earthy energy. I feel like Virgo season's really healthy for you at this time, because maybe you're looking at your routines and what you want to really commit to in your 3D reality or in your body. Sometimes this earth energy, it's the embodiment, right, of a new wellness routine, or of, like I said, bringing spirit into matter. So it could be you just doubling down on some things. We have Judgment at the bottom here. I just want to take a peek at what you don't see coming. So this is a time of renewal and rebirth for you. What's challenging you? 8 of Swords, coming out of your mind. Maybe you have an overactive mind. Maybe you're overly analytical, overly logical. There's something that you're saying, you know what, I don't want to operate like that anymore. I don't want to think too much about this. I just want to stay open to whatever's right in front of me from day to day. Let's look at the near future. Ooh, there's some sort of intensifying of something that is on your mind. It's like it's going up a notch, and we're going to find out why. Maybe it's because you have to make a big decision. Judgment is usually when we call in the big guns, right? It's when spirit steps in and says, let's help you with this. Let's make some changes. I'm getting Judgment. Yeah. Ace of Pentacles. This is a big decision around your investment for something that whenever I see Pentacle energy, it's not just flighty. This is serious, right? It's a serious decision. Knight of Swords. And you want your mind to be behind it, not in an overthinking way, but in a like, I'm motivated. This feels good. This is what I want. This makes sense for me. Okay. Some of you are blasting past a period of time where things weren't going your way. And now you are, it's allowed you though some time. I'm getting that it's allowed you, if you've had any kind of recent, major ending in your life, in your career or in a connection, it's allowed you time to think. But now it's time to come out of the thinking. And the time of doing is at hand here for you, Scorpio. Let's get a few angel numbers. But it does seem like you have an opportunity to open up in September. And the challenge is maybe what it might, if you have somebody coming your way here or an opportunity to really open your heart, you may have a tendency to have a million thoughts about it or about this person. There's definitely communication coming in and clarity coming in this month in September. I almost wanted to call you September. That's nothing like a good old chuckle. All right. I love that word. Many of you watching love that word too. All right. Let's get into the angel frequency. Ooh, we have changes. 0505. Whenever I see that, it's just in the numbers alone. What do you think? What do you think? I think when I see these and I feel that it's at this new beginning around you making some changes, right? And what those changes bring to you. Unexpected shift, divine intervention, sudden challenges, love, pleasant surprises, and gut feelings. Ay, ay, ay. This number serves as a gentle nudge to pursue whatever interests you most. It's possible that something could rock your boat, but you'll end up exactly where you belong, which could be in somebody's arms, your dream job, or abroad. Ooh, so, like I said, I felt like some changes were coming in, whether you implement them or the divine is stepping in and implementing them. It's going to be maybe a month full of twists and turns for you, but I know that you can handle it. It's part of your rebirth. Whatever comes in this month, you're in a very grounded place to receive it. Oh, and now you have good luck. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is laying the groundwork, taking each step, right? Taking each day as it comes. We have spirit guides stepping in. There's a lot of the divine reaching in and helping you at this time, Scorpio. You have justice, structure, systems. It's what you've been working on. Rules, processes, methods. You're on the right track. Someone from the other side has your back. Some of you have a very strong loved one that has passed over during your lifetime that is really trying to encourage you to try your best. All right. Around something that you are initiating or have initiated in recent months, I'm hearing. You will succeed, Scorpio. Observe your surroundings and communicate clearly. Be sure that everything will fall into place. This one's kind of worded weird, but you have good luck on your side in the month of September and an unexpected shift. I'm not sure why you're overthinking something though and worried. Maybe this is what you're trying to shift away from being in a state of anxiety or worry around a certain aspect of your life. You have a lot of protection around you. It's interesting. You can just tell me what you think about this. It's just, deep thoughts in Jenna's mind before coming in over some iced coffee. I was thinking about evil eye and jealousy and envy and different belief systems. And it's interesting how this came in. So I don't know why when I saw that protection, it just was like this reminder of that. And that no matter what's going on in your life, whatever you're initiating, don't worry about other people. Just stay in your lane. Stay in your lane. I'm getting that strongly. I was at my daughter's conference last night. It was like an open house, not conference, for her 8th grade class. And the teacher, one of her teachers was speaking on how one thing that they really stress upon the kids is not to gossip or to talk negatively about anyone in their circle. And I would encourage you to do that as well. It's like, speak the truth, stick true to your values, keep your mouth shut, speak kindly of others, think kindly of others, even if they're not doing the right thing. It's like, let spirit handle that. So I'm getting that, try to stay in a high vibration in circumnavigate any negative thinking or negative talk to yourself or to other people about other people. All right, let's see. Wow. You have a 10 of Swords situation here. And the 4 of Swords. Wow. And then 9 of Cups. Okay. Huh. You're kind of saying, something has ended in my life, but it's okay. And I'm making peace with it. And you have a lot of clarity around something that's over in your life. I'm not sure exactly what has ended, but it put you on a really deep path of healing. Maybe it's your healing, going through a deep healing phase or having a dark night of the soul and coming out of that. There's like a light at the end of the tunnel here that I'm seeing, and clarity as a result of something that had to come to an end. Or you might have clarity around needing to end something. Feels more like the ending has a lot to do with your healing journey and coming to terms with things that have ended in your life. This, could be a big picture type of month for you where stuff from the past is coming up. You're in more of an acceptance over betrayal for some of you. 10 of Swords is a betrayal wound for Scorpio. And it's part of Scorpio's path of rebirth, is to understand trust, and it's a catharsis I'm seeing in you. I love this. I mean, it's like you've reached a level of peace. This is why you came in such a new value system and a new feeling of growth and groundedness and truth for you, because when we get tested by betrayal or by anything that has hurt us, we really figure out what we believe in. We really figure out what is right for us. And there's a new truth. It feels like a silent truth. Something, it's like a personal code, personal code system. But I do see a lot of you are coming out of a deep, deep time period of healing. And now you're opening up. That's this Knight of Cups. Knight of Swords, we had it in the what you don't see coming category. It's now showing up in your opportunity. So this is picking up speed. This is like, I'm going to stay open and I'm going to just see what happens. And there's going to be things that come flying in, but can I self-regulate? Can I, I keep hearing Changes by Fleetwood Mac. It's like you're going through changes, Scorpio. I'm getting goosebumps now to confirm that a lot of people around you may not understand. But you understand it, and that's all that matters. And when things are coming flying at you, if anyone wants to trigger you or poke you or speak negatively around you, I feel like you're shifting energies in the room that maybe people are like, whoa, there's something altruistic about your vibe in September. It's really of like a higher order, a higher frequency. And I think it's shifting rooms. It's shifting boardrooms, homerooms for some of you. I've heard homerooms, family rooms. Interesting. Knight of Swords, King of Cups. Ooh la la. I love it. You're in a beautiful energy. Goodness. Wow. Double Knight of Cups. This is not only are you opening, but you're opening up other people. Your heart is being blasted open after coming out of some sort of dark ending, dark night of the soul, a difficult time period, a struggle, wow. This is like, how we always talk about Scorpio having like a dark night of the soul and like a phoenix rising moment from the ashes and being like almost like Eye of the Tiger, like there's something fierce about it. This is like, instead of like a roar, it's like a hushed meow. It's like meow. There's something just like gentle about your re-entry here after coming out of this. It's really beautiful. It's called love. Opening up to self-love, to higher love, divine love. I love this. This is, wow. And if you've been actively working on calling in more love, a feeling of love in your life, whether it's coming from outside of you or inside of you, it's the divine heard you. This is beautiful. This is when you find love everywhere you go, and you bring it, right? You bring it to every room you enter. Wow, Scorpio, this is impressive. Okay, let's go into this Eight of Swords. But there's like this is your opportunity, okay? So this is your challenge as well, because do you want to enter every room with your heart frequency so blasted open because you're so grounded in your sense of self, in your own truth, and the clarity that you have gained in your healing journey? Or do you want to stay closed off, shut down, isolated, removed almost from the world? I was listening to Lee Harris in a podcast driving this morning, and he was speaking about this, around how you could be of this world but feel like you don't belong in this world. And you almost kind of have to shut off your empathy. You shut off your heart frequency. And that's not, it's a way of coping. It's a coping mechanism. But to truly walk in hand with Source, it requires openness and vulnerability. And there's something about you just like, fine, I'm going to be open and vulnerable, because being shut down doesn't feel good. Or being caught up in my air energy, wherever you have air in your chart, it's really being activated this month. But you've learned how to ground, because I see all this air energy all around you. So maybe behind closed, this is when you are speaking to someone, but you really have an inner dialogue that's getting in the way, and you're not really in the room, right? This is when we're in our minds, in the past or in the future, but we're not here in this moment. So this is something I think you've been really working on, grounding and being present. It's beautiful spiritual work for you, Scorpio. I like seeing this a lot. But there's something that's been challenging you mentally. King of Wands. Ooh, it's somebody. Page of Cups. Because you're in this beautiful King of Cups energy. Your heart's wide open. There's something. There could be an apology. Oh, no, this is your thoughts. This is going to go over here because 3 fell over on what you don't see coming in that category. Okay. So you've learned a thing or two coming into this reading about your value system, about your belief system, and about commitment. What it means to commit to something, the sacrifices that are made when it comes to a partnership. I think you're scared. There's a fear coming up here for you, a fear bubble. We have the King of Wands. Okay, this is the other person. This is somebody heavy fire, or you have a very strong pull toward. Okay, don't get lost in gender. Page of Cups. Your challenge is like seeing this person in an innocent light. Okay, and not getting caught up in your mind over all the anxiety, fear, insecurities, whether it's coming from them or you, that can plague a connection. This is truly, are you going to come open-hearted when it comes to your dealings with somebody in your life? Because you're showing me how much you've committed and grounded in this. There seems to be somebody who's coming towards you with their heart open. And it seems to be a relatively new experience for you to operate like this, where you are trying so hard not to get caught up in projections of the past. This could be fear of an ending that you're trying to heal, fear of being betrayed, fear of someone who's not as emotionally mature as you are, because this person's coming in with a page. You're showing up as a king. All right. Something is in your mind is off. Is it truth? That's what you're going to figure out this month. Clarity. Is it really true? Or is it a projection of the mind? And I think you're kind of like trying to gather the facts. And you're trying to open up your heart and really understand what your heart is telling you. Because when we're caught up in our mind, we're not feeling our feelings at all. Take it from an air sign. You're not feeling anything when you're like up in your head. So you really need to get grounded this month, okay? It will help you with any challenge you may have around a person in your life. All right. There's that Queen of Pentacles. Yeah, get grounded and be present. Try not to bring fear from the past in the room. Let's look at this Nine of Swords, because this is fear. This is doubt. Like, I don't know. Ace of Wands. Wow. You got a lot of newness here. We have 2 aces now. Ace of Wands is desire. Wow, 10 of Pentacles. Yeah, you're clearing up. You are clearing up major fear. Major fear around investing. There's the other ace. We have 3 aces on the board. Interesting how we don't have Ace of Cups yet. Maybe it's over here and what you don't see coming. It's like when we start to go towards something that we really want, right? It matches our value system, our beliefs. It's like, yes. It doesn't have to be a person. It's something that you're drawn to in the month of September, okay? And you're going to say yes to it. And it has a long-term time stamp on it. Like this is the very beginning of it. Like first bit of time. Could be the first, when I say newness, time is kind of hard in tarot. We're saying this is something new, maybe the last 6 months it's popped up in your life. Or it's brand new, right? First few weeks. We have the Devil, the Strength, the 10 of Pentacles, the Ace of Wands, and the Ace of Pentacles over the 9 of Swords. We'll say this, you've either really invested in something long-term, like you're married, and you're really trying to open up your heart and give things the benefit of the doubt and forgive and, have this new relationship energy, feel the spark again, double down in your investment. Or you're entering into something and it's a new commitment and you're like, I don't want to let the fear that I tend to operate from plague this connection. All right. I see the Devil in you as fear. Fear of letting yourself go, fear of losing yourself in a connection, fear of really what it means to not give up on something or someone. This could be around your career too, because we have the 10 of Pentacles. This is long-term, your legacy here. And I think too, as far as it goes, is concerning your own spiritual signature here, your own vibration. There's something about you stepping into a major timeline of abundance and almost being afraid to do it and invest in it and believe in it. This is where your beliefs are being tested. Like, do I believe in this so much that I can see it as part of my future? This person, this, opportunity, this career path. There's something around your long-term commitments that are being tested this month. Whether it's someone new coming in, offering you their heart, and you saying, I'm going to give this time, but I'm going to think about it so much or worry about it or go back and forth about it that I'm not even going to experience the fun of it, the love of it, the actual feelings of it. Or you've been really up in your head overthinking an existing connection, and Spirit saying, you can if you want, but you're going to have to really put the ego aside. Someone may be showing up in their pride, in egoic ways, because I have the Strength next to the Devil, and that's too much pride, right? You could have someone who wants to come towards you in September in a spirit of new energy. And they're trying to put their ego aside, or you're trying to put your ego aside. If you've already been dealing with this person, let me see what you don't see coming. Aha. I see. Wow. Majors. Totally. We've got, wow, that's a ton of majors. This is, what? Now I'm seeing this. This has been a pattern, Scorpio, for you. Where now, what is your life? This is going to be deep for you. This is y'all always take me so dang deep. It's like, all right, let me get a handle on this. As now I see the world. I'm like, oh, okay. Scorpio's closing out a major cycle around your convictions, around your commitments, around partnership. And you have this really big shift, either in existing partnership or in a new partnership, where you are really having to face some fears, or the other person's facing some deep inner insecurities. Some of you, this is not me. This is my person. All right. Cross watchers or, Scorpios watching this. We have the world, the temperance, the high priestess and the three of swords. What you're doing is you've been hurt, Scorpio, by other people. We'll just say that. This is when we carry pain in our hearts and we don't realize that it's running the show, or your person's carrying pain and it's running the show. And I think this month, what you're doing, it's like a very big cleanup month around what fear does to a partnership. And can you address it? Can you actually speak about it? Can you say, one of the most beautiful, softening, most vulnerable things you can do with another human being, no matter what you are going through, is to sit down and grab their hands and speak about what you're afraid of. I'm afraid of da, 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 da. And you do it with such kindness and such gentleness, the opportunity. Or you can do it with razor's edge language, fear-based language, projection language. You see, there's a huge difference. And so if you come from anxiety, fear, doubt, worry, in the way you are moving toward something that you really do say, here, I value this. I value this person. I value this connection. So Spirit's kind of testing you. How vulnerable can you really be, Scorpio? How open can you really be? Actually, I shouldn't say Spirit. Your soul, your higher self. And so there's this beautiful tempering, patience, moderation, coupled with your intuition, moving through and healing pain and going through this tremendous rebirth, and how you either fight, flight, or flee, or freeze. I think you're changing the way you respond to other people. And I can explain those really quick. You fight, you you get your sword out, right? I fight, I'm going to fight with you, right? Ego battle, war of words. Flight, you completely shut down and become avoidant. I don't know where Scorpio went. They're gone for the next week. They need a week to think about it before they even say a word to me. And sometimes you need space, but sometimes people are avoidant. They take way too much space. Freeze, you deer in headlights, right? You don't even know what you're like. You can't even process, right? It's a trauma-based response. And then you have fight, flight, freeze. Why am I? Maybe that's the one you're caught on. Fight, flight, freeze. Oh, or fawn, where you really pander to someone else's needs and you bypass your own. Ooh, fawn. Anyway, that's just some psychological terminology, but I see you actually, you're breaking down patterns and you're closing off a cycle now where you're not responding to life as if someone's going to hurt you, right? You're responding to life as if it is a beautiful dance of wonderment. And it's a huge shift for you. Huge shift. I see you have a beautiful opportunity to co-create with spirit, with yourself, with others in a brand new way, in a brand new frequency, Scorpio. There's a beautiful depth in your journey. It's like when we step off of the hero's journey, the healing journey, and we feel more balanced and we feel like we can tackle things in a different way, in a new light. And I think you can respond to life through fear and anxiety and worry, or you can stay so fiercely present, stay connected to your guide, stay connected to source. Do you know how many people walk through this world living from an ego-based paradigm where you're defending, fighting? Can you just accept every present moment as it is? Can you recognize the part of you that wants to control your life? There's something deeply spiritual about the way you're operating, and it's beautiful. Let me get a frequency. Divine masculine, romantic love. What was underneath this? Because it's spilled. Perception. This is how you perceive your masculine energy around you. and how you respond to it. Whether it's your own or a divine masculine showing up, male or female, okay? It's when you have someone coming towards you and it's how you respond to them. You're opening up, a lot of you, to love, but there's pain in your heart. And that's going to speak the loudest when you are interacting with someone. So there's a healing around your divine masculine. So this is your active, focused, and strong side. So you're transforming your dreams of love into form. And this is when we focus on the good, right? And we're moving out of our comfort zones to the edge of what we perceive as real. See, it's like there's something around your perception of a divine masculine and love. And and this shift is big. It's like a shift in your own divine masculine. I think you're putting your sword down, Scorpio, like for good. And you're just saying, I don't want to operate this way anymore. And you're practicing it to such an extent that it's now, we have knee-jerk responses based on our traumas and our experiences in childhood, in early adulthood, in young adulthood, in regular adulthood, and into older age. And if we're learning a thing or two, we actually realize that we don't have to carry those traumas with us through life. We can heal them. And you've been on this really big healing journey because of a big ending in your life. It's almost like, I would say, for a lot of you, something catastrophic happened to you. Whether it was a near-death experience or a loved one that you lost or like a twin flame type of journey, which I don't believe in, but some of you, I would say I believe in deep, deep soulmate karmic bonds and the push-pull tug-of-war. But I don't believe that in order for us to feel complete, there's another person that we have to be with. So, but you could have had a push-pull karmic journey with someone that felt very twin flamish because you were both mirroring each other and what you had to learn. But I see you wrapping up a big cycle around this catastrophic event or events. And it's changed your perception of love, especially around how you receive love and how you interpret love and how you experience love. And I see you really like forming a whole new belief system. So as it comes down to this rebirth and this renewal, Scorpio, just know that you're wrapping up a major, major, major cycle. And now it's all about balance, right? And take a look at fawning. Let's look at sweet love tea, and I think that's what you've been trying to kill or shift or change out of. Some of you, it's fleeing, Maybe some of you, it's fighting. Fight, flight, freeze, or fawn. Yeah. And I'm getting that because you have the Knight of Swords twice here. In your opportunity and what you don't see coming. And it's almost like when we're on guard, as you can see the Knight of Swords, they look like they're like ready to go to battle. All right. And now you have spirit stepping in saying you have a choice here to make when you invest in something. Do you want to come from a place of pain or do you want to come from you with spirit hand in hand from your higher self? Wow. I don't usually get this, but I'm getting a world card as being your higher self stepping in, running the show. Because, this is when people hurt us and we're like, F you, and we just mouth off. And you don't do that no more, right? You actually say, you know what? That's for them to figure out. And I'm not going to just to other people to feel externally validated in my pain. This is when and I started out the reading with this whole evil eye gossip thing. It's like you're shifting the way you interpret and perceive your reality. And that's big. Very, very, very big. I'm going to get a few love teas. Especially around romantic love, external romantic love, and how you perceive it, how you discuss it, how you dialogue it, how you feel it, how you interpret it, how you respond to it. We have on the move, moving away or getting a new home together. Next step, taking action. Okay, there's a lot of movement in your love life where you're finding a long-term harmonious relationship coming soon. Commit. Yeah. Some of you are cleaning up an old pattern and you're actually going into a commitment, trying not to carry all this fear with you into it because maybe you have a tendency to do that. Love blooms. A romance blossoms into full bloom feelings. Full blown feelings. And then fight for love, but choose your battles wisely. Interesting. Courage, loyalty, truth, unfold beauty possible, coming soon, commit, and next steps. Yeah, some of you are deepening into commitments. Maybe even some of you are thinking about marriage or what long-term commitment means to you. And it could even be a business partnership. So, but because of romantic love being here, I would say that there's a huge shift into a higher frequency, especially around a divine masculine in your life and the abundance that you seek. You have 8-8 here. No, 7-5-6-7-5. No, you have 8-8, which is a very high spiritual frequency. Making magic. Everything seems perfect and it's not an illusion. Trust, believe, and love. Okay. All right, Scorpio, you're going to trust and believe in love. And maybe that's what you had to test a crisis of faith around love. But now you have good luck. A lot of progress being made here in maybe, and for some of you, I'll say this on the side. If you had really selfish people, really toxic individuals or unhealthy people where it was one-sided love, you've broken the cycle. You've broken the cycle. Okay? Broken it. Slayed it. Family, everybody's getting this. Everyone is getting this card for September. Soul family, relationships, the people that, are here to support you, someone from the other side, right? An ancestor, a loved one. This is beautiful spiritual support on the path. So you have wolf. It's interesting. I almost wore like a bunch of wolf clothing hat today. And I was just like, no, just strip it down. And I didn't want to it's funny because I get these messages before I come into a reading. And I was like, I don't want to so interesting. Spirit's kind of laughing at me because I didn't want to, what do you call that? I forgot the term for it, but when, by suggestion, when you actually, I didn't want to have it and interfere or influence the reading with a wolf-like loyalty type of vibration. And it came out, or power of suggestion. There it is. Power of suggestion. So, wolf spirits. Your family has your back. For some people, their family are those related by blood, while for others, their friends are their true family. Many might find that it is their connection to those in spirit who are indeed their true family. Whoever and wherever your family, right now they are supporting you. You are safe. You can safely communicate your truth with family members. This is the time to be willing to communicate from the depth of your being. Be willing to stand, talk, and address others from the center of your being. Yes, this heals. Many people have misconceptions and false stereotypes about wolves. They don't understand that wolves are highly social and loyal. Family means everything to a wolf. Each pack member has a place in the social strata of the clan. Wolves also are excellent communicators. They use their voice in various configurations. They also use their expressions to convey meaning to other pack members. They are highly protective of the other members of their pack, yet they enjoy playing even into adulthood. The spirit of the wolf says, support is all around you, Scorpio, even if you're not aware of it. Release the belief that you have to do it alone. You don't. This is the time to heal any rifts in your family. Interesting. Give encouragement to those in your soul tribe, your family, and your community. Allow yourself to be supported. Yeah, it's definitely this whole open your heart, Scorpio, and try to pay attention to the part of you that wants to hold on to fear. I do believe a lot of you, though, you're stressed that maybe you're repeating a cycle, but you're doing things differently now. You are a different person. You're in a brand new frequency, and you have to trust that frequency. All right, let's get a Mystic Forest Oracle, and then I'm going to get you some advice. I love it. You've definitely been on this beautiful healing path, honeys. You've got a beautiful, it looks like something unfolding romantically that looks very positive and healing. Aha! And as I say that, a new chapter. When things seem to be falling apart, be aware that things may be coming together in new ways that suit the next phase of your life even better, a new chapter. So whatever is being eclipsed out of your life or anything that you were realizing that you were seeing clearly this month, whatever you're shedding or releasing, it's because it's being reconfigured. Things are being reworked, you may even be going through some sort of reroute so you can be on the best possible path for the truest path for you. So you can actually become self-actualized. I see so much self-mastery here. That is your key here. is self-mastery every day. And I think that you're putting yourself to the test this month in changing the way you operate, changing the way you speak, the way you behave, the way you move through the world. It definitely has a lot to do with your soul family and how much each bond has taught you and will continue to teach you and shape you and carve you out into the best version of yourself. All right. Let's get some advice. Going a little longer on these just because I'd rather go longer with fewer, with a longer bit of time, longer in the reading, longer bit of time to wait than coming at you all the time for 10 minutes. Because especially with you, Scorpio, I know you get it. The deeper, the better. Let's see the advice. 8 of Pentacles. Chariot. 2 of Pentacles. I think you're juggling a lot in September. As it relates to your work life, you're very busy. So keep moving forward. The Chariot is a wonderful time period too of you've put a lot of work into your confidence, into your self-esteem and your own success. So despite everything you're juggling, on the outside, this is like duck, underwater where you're like smooth on the surface, but underneath you're like, oh, so maybe you need to get off the hamster wheel a little bit. Make sure you pull back, ground, rest, carve out a little bit of time for you, because I see here you're putting a lot of time and energy into your own success and you're moving forward in a deeper, this is your legacy we're talking about here, your family's legacy or your own spiritual legacy or your own legacy as it relates to breaking ancestral, generational trauma, healing your family lineage, all these big things we talk about. These are micro decisions that we make that really make a difference in our lives. So I see you really tweaking things. But most of all, what I'm seeing here is you living a heart-centered truth where you're shifting away from fighting through life and just being present with each moment and really elevating spiritually. All right. Sending you lots of love, Scorpio. Namaste.